Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the LA Bowl. We've got a great game for you guys today. Fifth and final year of this bowl game. Alright, first match, first time in this bowl. Four of Washington Boise State made it in 2023. And this is the first time for the Huskies. Alright, we've got a great today here for your LA Bowl presented by Gronk. All right, so this is the first Big Ten appearance for this bowl game. So Damon Williams Jr. is looking to win the first ever quarterback, as well as Madison's first ever MVP quarterback position for this bowl game. Now, we have had two wide receivers, one running back, and one wide receiver win it. While on defense, both of the defensive side of things, two defensive ends and two linebackers. We've got a lot of defensive backs tonight looking to change that, and that could change it just with multiple interceptions by the same player tonight. All right. Well, we have got a great matchup tonight. Washington went 8-4 on the year, while Boise State went 9-4. They are the reigning Mountain West champions. So Damon Williams Jr. is second in the Big Ten in yards per game. Meanwhile, we have Boise State, who lost in the quarterfinal last year against Penn State, who ended up losing to Notre Dame in the semifinal of the tournament there. Meanwhile, Boise State won their third consecutive Mountain West championship, and that was led by their star quarterback who returned from an injury. It was a leg injury, Madison. He is a great player, was a great player last year too. He had 4 total touchdowns against UNLV with a total of about 289 passing yards. He was the offensive MVP in that game. So, also, we have the running back duo of Dylan Riley and Malik Sherrod. Those two are taking over from one of the great running backs of the decade, of the last century, I mean, in Ashton Jeanty, who got drafted in the first round by the Las Vegas Raiders. But they do have a really good running back duo in Malik Sherrod and Dylan Riley. And the coin toss is going on right now on the field. So meanwhile, we have some other stuff to talk about going on here. All right, so Boise State does have some players who will be out tonight. For on offense, left tackle, Cage Casey. He is going to be sitting out tonight as he has declared for the NFL draft. He is going to be a projected top 15 or top 100 pick in the upcoming draft, which means around top 3 or 4 rounds. Meanwhile, we've got Madison. It is his second game back after getting injured earlier this season. He dominated UNLV for passing touchdowns, was the MVP of the Mountain West Championship game. But, all right, so with Casey sitting out tonight, we have a backup coming in that spot at left tackle. That will be Kyle Cox. This is his third season with the Broncos. He has played 7 games, so this will be his 8th appearance on the year. He is a 6'6", 300-pound. He is number 70. He is from Eatonville, Washington, so we'll get to see that here coming up soon. All right, so on the offensive side for the Huskies, we have a high-powered offense, and that is led by the quarterback Damon Williams Jr., second in the Big Ten in passing yards per game. So the Boise State defense is going to definitely need to play good tonight. So, and then when you look at their backfield, it's even better. We have Jonah Coleman, who ran for about 700 close to 700 yards with 14 rushing touchdowns as well. And he also added on nearly 345 receiving yards as well onto that. So about 1,000 total yards, scrimmage yards on the field this year with about 18 total touchdowns. Well, meanwhile, Adam Muhammad, He added around 500 yards and 5 touchdowns on the ground. So this Washington running game is really good. And then when you take a look at that, Demond Williams Jr. is also a good runner. So they got a good passer and a good running quarterback. All right, so here we go on ESPN. We have got the LA Bowl presented by Gronk and Capital One Mania. All right, here we go. SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. The kickoff here coming up. Coming up here, Spencer Danielson, the head coach of Boise State, one of 2 FBS head coaches to win 3 conference titles in his first 3 years. And then Jedd Fisch, 5th full season as head coach, who was the interim at Arizona and UCLA. And here's the kick going off to the Broncos. It'll be returned from around the 3-yard line. Going up, he is missing some defenders, and he might be off. He's to the 30, 35, 40, and he is tripped up by a defender, taken out at around the 40-yard line. So a great run there on the return, and that puts him in great field position on the opposite side of the field. All right. So here comes the Boise State offense. And this Washington defense has some key pieces to it. You got starters Jacob Lane, Ontario Thompson, Tayatia Ugalele, Zach Durfee, Ziri Alexander, Devin Bryant, Ephesians Pyrzak, Alex McLaughlin, Mikel Esteen, Tacario Davis, who might be out tonight, though, and Leroy Bryant at nickelback. Here we go. The handoff to Davis, and he is, oh my God, he might have been body slammed right there. He got about 2 on that play. So the Bucked Up LA Bowl presented by Gronk. The final year of this bowl game. And FBS Bowl season is officially underway with a great game here tonight for the final game, Mountain West versus the Big Ten. First Big Ten appearance in this bowl. All right, Maddox. And that might have been offsides, and they will throw the flag, the defender, and I think that was number 23 on that one. And just not a great job right there by Zadarius. That was a false start or offside there. All right, so 2nd down and 2 on the offside. They push forward about 5 yards on that penalty. All right, to the 48. Madsen, audible there, and he will go ahead and snap it, and he sets back in the pocket. He'll throw downfield, and that will be caught. That one is caught by the wide receiver, Chris Marshall. He is one of their top receivers on this football team, and a great job on the coverage right there. Ephesius Prysock, and he is that was a first down right there, about a gain of 10, maybe a gain of around 6 yards on that play. All right, so they are inside field goal range now at the 34-yard line, and he'll hand it off to the running back. Pushes forward, gain of 3 on the play. That was Dylan Riley. And remember, they have another great running back on this team in Malik Sherrod. So both teams have a good running back duo here in this game. All right. So here we go. 9-4 versus the 8-4 Huskies. Dylan Riley with 1,097 yards on the season. As I had said earlier, 10 touchdowns added on to that. All right. He'll hand it off this time again to Riley, and he is going to be taken down by a bunch of the Huskies. And that was a great tackle by number 9, Jacob Manu, who was in on that. And that was, he was there first. So great tackle right there by Manu. He is a great linebacker on this team. All right, so season 47% on 3rd downs this season. That is 2nd in the Mountain West. All right, there is some movement from the defensive side of the ball, but they will not call a flag, as they have not moved. And there's a snap to Madsen. Madsen flag on the field now, and Madsen will run it. He'll get the first down and slides down right there as Rainy Sail is in on the stop, and there's a flag called, so let's see what that is all about. And that will be on the Broncos. I think it might be a hold. That'll be a hold on number 13, Chase Penry. And he is a key piece. Chase Penry, the wide receiver, with the false start, or the hold. Correction. That was a false start. I'm sorry. But they'll move back about 5 yards on the play, and it'll be 3rd down and 11. Madsen take the snap in the pocket. He is going to be pressured, gets away from the pressure, throws it now and incomplete. Dang, what a play there. Trying to get it to his running back, Malik Sherrod, on the after the pressure there. He escaped the pressure by that Washington defense, and that brings up a 4th down. They are inside the career long or the season long for the kicker. Their kicker is Colton Boomer. He is 10 for 14 on the year. 50 is his longest. He has had a blocked field goal this season. But here we go from the 52-yard attempt. This will be his longest made field goal this season. It is up, and it will be right through the uprights. So he is 1 for 1 on the day. Already his longest field goal on the year, and that makes it 11-15. So 3-0. Broncos lead. I'll be right back here coming up on what a first drive there by Boise State with a field goal, but the season long for Colton Boomer, the kicker, and they're about to kick it away to the Huskies and Devon Williams Jr. and Jonah Coleman, one of the top two players at each of their respective positions. And here we go, the kick. That is by Boomer downfield, and that'll be a touchback into the end zone. So we got a great game coming on here today so far. We are about 4 minutes into the game. Washington looking to get their first points on the board. Devon Williams in the 2024 Sun Bowl. He had 374 passing yards and 5 touchdowns. So a great performance by him. Let's see if we can carry that postseason performance into today. Looking to maybe, hopefully, bring this Washington Huskies to another bowl game or potentially a New Year's Six Bowl next year. All right, so 1st and 10 here to start off the drive for the Huskies. Williams Jr. will take the snap in the pocket, pressured by the Broncos. He'll run in himself, and he slides down after about a gain of 4. He was pressured there, and that was a great job of the defense to try to get him there. That was Matt Steege, I think, on the pressure in the backfield. But Devon Williams is he can see all that stuff happening. He can see the defenders coming at him, and he can just run and run and run all day. He is a very good running quarterback, as well as the two great running backs they have in their backfield. Here we go. They hand off to Coleman. He gets his first action of the game, and he gets around 2 yards, and that will force a 3rd down and around 4 or 5 on that play. So the Boise State defense, they rank 4th in blitz rate and 3rd in pressure rate, 41% on the blitz and 38% on the pressure. So their defensive line is really good, and that is pretty good against a really great running defense. So let's see who will come on top today, the rushing or the defense. So they are 51%, 8th in the FBS on 3rd down conversions. Here's the pass to his wide receiver. He gets his first down and around 3 or 4 more. That was to number 12, Denzel Boston. He'll be declaring for the NFL draft after this season. So he declined to opt out of the bowl game. He will be playing tonight, and I don't know how much, but he'll be playing. But great job right there for the first down from Devon Williams. Great throw, great catch. All right, here we go. Williams again in the pocket, throws downfield, and that'll be caught again. I think that's Boston one more time at a gain of 11 or 12, and that's back-to-back first downs for this offense. So Denzel Boston is going to be the number 5 wide receiver, according to Mel Kiper Jr. of ESPN. And that might put him in around the late 1st or 2nd round or 3rd round of this upcoming draft. So 1st and 10 after 2 straight passing plays. He has 10 touchdowns on the year, as well as 773 passing yards or receiving yards on the season. All right. Here we go. He will toss it over to his running back, Jonah Coleman. He's off. He's in field goal range and out of bounds. And great run off the toss from Williams to Coleman. Oh my goodness. Number 2 to number 1 there on the play. What a toss to the backfield as he saw the defense, number 5, Jaden Virgin Morgan there on the pressure, and he just tossed it over. So that was a 23-yard rush. Here we go. The pass downfield, and it will be overthrown. That one was intended for his wide receiver, Omari Evans, but he just was the pass was just a little bit over his head. He had really no chance of catching that ball. So I would not worry about that. That was just one play. Now this offense needs to recuperate, and did another great play in here. All right, so 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. Williams hands it off to Coleman. Coleman will get nowhere, about half a yard on that run. So he will get down, and 3rd down and long here for the Huskies. So great run there by Washington and Jonah Coleman. 3rd down and 9. So we got a 9-yard play here. They need that 9-yard play at least to get this first down. And they can potentially tie it up anyways at this point. But here we go. Williams passes it to Boston. He would get the first down. I think he might have got more. He got about 10 yards in the pass, and that'll bring up a 1st and 10 from around the 18. Let's take a look at that play one more time. Boston just was wide open there early on, and great job by Williams to see him. But great coverage right there by the corner to get him out of bounds early on after the catch. All right, here's a handoff to Coleman. He gets nowhere again, so he has 3 carries, and 2 of them have, or 4 carries, and 3 of them potentially have nothing. All right, so the Washington Huskies offense, when they're in the red zone, they have a 76% touchdown rate, which is 5th in the FBS. So this team is insanely good in the red zone. We'll see if they score another one here. Meanwhile, Boise State defense allows 75% to be a touchdown, which is tied for 129th in the FBS. Here's Williams, pressured one more time. He is sacked on the play. And what a defensive job right there by the Broncos, by Sterling Lane the second, getting in there. The stop. Take a look at that one more time. Also in was number 53, Marco Notarini. And just a great job all around there. 3rd and 13. 3rd and long one more time. They need at least 13 yards here. Williams. And there might be some movement on the defensive side, but there's a snap. Williams is going to run it himself. Will he get there? And he will run, but did he get it? And they'll give him the first down, a 14-yard run for number 2, Williams Jr. And just a great run right there by Williams, just getting around and having an eye for where the defense was and just realizing there's an opening there in the pocket. I can just run straight forward and just power my way through to get the first down, and that's what he did. All right, so 1st and goal here from the 7. Nobody in the backfield, and there will be a stoppage of play. And I think there might be a timeout called on the field. That might be Jed Fish. There is a review called. They're reviewing to see where the ball was at when he went down. So they're looking to see if it's a first down or not. Let's take a look at this replay. Damon Williams, his knee is down, but is the ball over the line? Here's the yellow line. Let's see it here again. His knee is down there. The ball looks just short. The challenge by Boise State, and it looks like it's going to be a successful challenge. The ball is not over the line to gain. But with this short distance between the first down line, will the Huskies go for it? Especially in the red zone here, they're giving Boise State, they don't get it, they're giving Boise State a long field. So at this point, I would for sure go for it here. And the ruling on the field was a first down. So if there is not any inconclusive evidence, they're going to go back to the ruling on the field. So it will be a first down if they can't find any conclusive evidence that he did not reach over the line to gain. But it looks like from the footage that he did not get there. His knee was down, but here we go. Here's the official review. And the call is upheld, so they obviously could not find any conclusive evidence to overturn that call. So it will be a 1st and goal from the 7 with around 6 minutes to go in this game. This is the first drive of the game for the Huskies. Boise State settled for a field goal, a 52-yard field goal, in fact, and Washington decided to try to get a touchdown instead. Remember that 74% touchdown rate in the red zone. Here we go. Williams in the pocket, throws downfield and out of bounds there. And that looks like it might have been intended for Raiden Vines Bright, but it might have just been overthrown out of bounds just on purpose. All right, so 3-0. Boise State leads, and Washington inside the red zone here from the 7 after the overthrown pass out of bounds. Williams in the pocket. Hands it off to Coleman. Coleman gets nowhere. Again, he might have lost a yard on that play. The tackle right there by number 53, Mario Notarini. Their linebacker gets in there, and there he is right in the middle of the field, and he gets around the inside a gap, and yeah, you just waited for the offensive lineman to get out of the way there and just tackle Coleman down, and great job there, I would say. All right, so 3rd and goal here from around between the 7 and 8 yard line. The Huskies trying to get a touchdown here on this one final play. They'll kick a field goal if they don't get it here. All right, 3rd and goal from the 7. Williams will he's sacked down at the 15. What a play again by number 53, Marco Notarini. Notarini with a sack after the tackle for loss. And what a play. And here he is again going straight up the middle this time. He found a gap in the offensive line and just took him down. Williams just did not see him there and was looking for a receiver in the end zone, and that's going to be a loss of around 8. So 4th and goal, Grady Gross. Grady Gross here for the 33-yard attempt. His longest on the year is 51. The kick is up, and the kick is good right up the uprights. So a tie game here in LA. The Bucked Up LA Bowl, 3-3. We'll be right back after this. And we are back here for the LA Bowl, hosted by Gronk. So we've had a historic 5 seasons with the LA Bowl. Utah State facing Oregon State in the inaugural bowl. Utah State ended up beating Oregon State 24-13 in that bowl. We'll take a look throughout the game at each LA Bowl of the half decade it has been played in, starting in 2021. All right, so the college football playoff will be coming up next Friday night. I'll be live during that one. Bama versus Oklahoma. That is December 19th at 8 p.m. And if you want to watch that, that is on ABC or ESPN. But I will also be live on I'll also be live on Saturday too for the Oregon JMU game and another game that night as well. So CFB first round preview. Alabama 9 CFP wins, and they're looking to make its 10th. So we'll take a look and see next Friday night when I'm live. All right, here we go. The run by number 26, right there for Boise. That is Sire Gaines, the redshirt freshman. He redshirted during Ashton Jainty's big year last year. And he's looking for a great game here tonight. So, a short gain there, emerges of a second down. From the 26 and 27-yard line. Madsen throws downfield, caught. That will be caught from the tight end, Matt Wadner, and brings up around a gain of 6 yards on the play. And he will get down with about 1 or 2 yards to go for the first down. 2 yards, 3rd down and 2 here. This is a crucial first down. Here, that's the first quarter is winding down. 3 minutes to go here in period number 1. Madsen in the pocket, throws, pressures, caught by Boise State. That will be caught by his wide receiver number 3, Latrell Caples. And he gets a big first down and more. So, despite there, let's take a look at the replay, and I'll talk you through this play. Madsen, as 2 defenders were coming in at him, threw it to an open receiver in the left side of the field, and that was also number 12, Alex McLaughlin, in on the coverage. He is the strong safety for the Huskies team. So, second down here is 3-3 tie. Here in the bucked up LA Bowl. Second down and 8, 3-3, 2:18 to go. 24 seconds on the snap clock. Here we go. Jacob Manu, redshirted this season, is playing in this bowl game with a new role that you can play in bowl games if you're redshirted. Second down and 8. Hand it off here. And that's a big gain around 3 on that play. That will be the running back. That'll be the running back gains again. We have not seen Dylan Riley on this drive. So the thing is, start to wonder what is happening to Riley. Is he in the game at this point? All right, so 3rd down and 5. Here we go. Madsen. Motion. Madsen. Pressured. Throws downfield and intercepted. That is intercepted by the Huskies. He's going down to the 50, 40, 35. Tackled at around the 35-yard line. That is number 10, Kyrie Alexander, with the interception. And what a play there on the field. Oh, my goodness. What a play by the defender, Kyrie Alexander. Oh, goodness. And, oh my, what an interception there by the Huskies. Ziri Alexander. And that is the first turnover of the game. First interception of the game as well. Take a look at Ziri Alexander, transfer from UCF. He on the season. Anyways, we'll be right back here on YouTube. And welcome back into the live coverage of the LA Bowl, hosted by Gronk. Ziri Alexander with his first interception of the year from Auburn, Washington, playing for his home state Huskies. And here we go, as Damon Williams will run it himself one more time, and once again, just nowhere on the run as he is taken right around the 26-yard line. All right, so Ziri Alexander definitely was pumped after that interception. First interception of the season and first of the night for the team and for the game. So, as we take a look at some of the first 5 games, we'll take a look at the beginning of the second quarter of the next game for the 2022 LA Bowl, who hosted and who presented. And there's a drop downfield. What a pass! But number 12, Denzel Boston, just couldn't get his hands on it. So 3rd down and 10 with under 30 seconds left to go in the quarter. It is 3-3. 3-3 ball game. Just could not make the catch. That would have been a phenomenal catch if he had put his hands on it. And that brings up a 3rd and long here for the Huskies. Denzel, one of the best receivers in the league. And then number 5, wide receiver oh my goodness, what a stop one more time by number 53. Oh my gosh. Again, number 53, Marco Donarini with an amazing stop. Your second tackle for loss of the game. When you look at that pass, it was a backfield pass to his man, Adam Muhammad, but he was taken down for a big loss. And that will be the quarter, as they will punt it away at the beginning of the fourth. Second. We'll be right back here on And welcome back again here to the LA Bowl, presented by Gronk. Okay, so one quarter is in the books. It is 3-3 currently. Punt is about to happen here for Washington. The punt is up by Oscar Doyle. No, correction. And that will be a touchback with the punt by Luke Dunn. He averages 39.9 on 29 punts this season. All right, so taking a look here at the LA Bowl and its history, 2022 Fresno State versus Washington State the year after Utah State and Oregon State. So Fresno State and Washington State. Fresno beat Washington 29-6 in that year's bowl. All right. So 6 points total in the first quarter. The points record for a points in a game is 57. That was in 2023. And we'll be going to that bowl, start of the third quarter. All right, here we go. Madsen in the pocket and batted down. And that will be batted down by the Huskies. And number 90 on that one. And that is Enos Davis. Enos Davis on the back down. Or that might have been actually number 11 on that one. I think it was Teatia Udalele. Hopefully I said that right. Might have butchered it. All right, so 2nd down and 9. Here's the handoff to his running back. And just around a couple on that for Dylan Riley. So Dylan Riley with about a gain of 4, correction. 3rd down and 6 on that run. So it's 3rd down here for the Boise State Broncos. Can they get it? And remember, next bowl is up. The next one will be on Tuesday night. Troy and Jacksonville State. And then Old Dominion and USF and Louisiana, Delaware on Wednesday. So 3rd down and 6. Here we go. Madsen alone in the backfield. Pressure, throws, and nearly caught by his receiver. Number 8, Malik Sherrod is great backup running back here on the Broncos team. So that brings up a 4th down and 6. They'll punt it away after only getting 4 on that drive. And their punter. Take a look at their punter. Their punter, Oscar Doyle, totaled over 2,200 yards, averaging 53.7 on 52 punts. Here's his 53rd on the year. And oh my gosh, nearly blocked. And great punt, by the way, down inside the 30 to around the 28. So, Washington will come out on offense now. Remember, Sunday NFL Countdown, if you want to watch that, that'll be on ESPN at 10 a.m. Eastern and the ESPN app. So, and then you got Monday Night Football too. Dolphins, Steelers, and Peyton and Eli over on ESPN 2. That'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern as well. And that's Dolphins, Steelers. So you might want to see Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh offense, Aaron Rodgers, face off against Tua. That'll be a great matchup. And here we go. Denzel Boston is in here on the offense. And handoff to Jonah Coleman. He gets a good yardage there, about a gain of 4 or 5. Runs up 2nd down on that play. So, 13:30 to go in the 2nd quarter. I'll have a halftime show for you about midway through. I will also have highlights from last year's Boise State, Penn State game in the quarterfinals of the CFP. All right, here we go. Boise State, Washington. 2nd down and 6. Movement on the defense. Hands it off to Coleman. Lost a yard on the play as a tackle for loss by number 5, Jaden Virgin Morgan. And he is a great defensive end. You see him on the left side of the screen, and he just gets in there, finds a gap, and finds Coleman right there and takes him down. This Boise State offensive line is not looking that, or Washington offensive line is not looking that great at the moment. Here we go. Here we go. There's a run for Williams. It's around a gain of 2, brings up a 4th down and 5 potentially, and that'll be another punt on the team. So 3 straight punts on offense from the looks of it. Yep, 4th down and 5. And we'll have another punt here from the punter, Luke Dunn, the Oregon transfer, coming out for his 31st punt of the year. Entering today, he averaged 39.9 yards per punt. Oh, and there might be a fake coming on here. And no, he'll punt it away to Malik Sherrod. And he'll be returning it, and a fair catch at the 26-yard line. All right, so we will be back here for Boise State's drive, and Madison coming up on the LA Bowl, hosted by Gronk. And welcome back here into my humble abode on YouTube. We are live here at the LA Bowl, hosted by Gronk. And we are ready for some great football here tonight, as we've got Boise State facing off against the one and only Washington Huskies. They just made the playoff 2 years ago against Michigan. They did lose, but they did finish runner-up. This is going to be their first LA Bowl in the 5 years it has been in action. Their third straight bowl season. Last year they made the Sun Bowl versus Louisville. And in the Las Vegas Bowl versus Boise in 2019, they beat them 38-7. And there's a run right at the middle by Dylan Riley for the Broncos at a gain of around 1. Yeah, as I said earlier, Washington was runner-up to Michigan in the National Championship 2024. They lost in that one. And there's a run by number 3. That was on number 3, Tatrell Caples. My apologies there. He's taken down for a loss. Brings up 3rd down and 7. So 7 yards to go. Here for the Broncos, they have a great backfield duo of Dylan Riley and Malik Sherrod, as well as a freshman, Sire Gaines. 3rd and 7, here we go. Madsen throws downfield, and that one will be, incomplete. What a good try right there by the wide receiver, Chris Marshall. But pass bobbles in and out, and another punt will be forced. 4 straight punts for both teams here. Looking again at that play, and it was just a great defensive job by the defense right there by the Huskies. That was number 7, Ephesians Prysock. And here's Osterdoyle again. He'll punt it away for his second time of the night. And it will be returned and taken down. Might have been by the horse collar, but there's no foul called. And he's taken down at around the 30. So we'll see Washington come back up on the field for their offense. And I'll be right back. And welcome back in to the live stream. I'm Jacob Bathan, your host, talking sports. And we've got a great matchup tonight. Boise State, Washington. It's just a great game. I mean, you just have to kick back, relax, and watch some football, baby. Come on. All right. Ty Benefield, one of the greatest safeties in college football. One of the best tacklers in college football. And Washington now trying to come up. They just had to a return, so here we go. We get to see Washington play on offense again. We've seen 4 straight punts. 2 straight drives for each team punt. And here we go. Ty Benefield led team in tackles 10 of 13 games this year. All right, here we go. Damon Williams will not pass it. He'll run it himself again and run a gain of 4 or 5. Brings up second down and mid. So the Washington Huskies went 5-4 in the Big Ten, while the Boise State Broncos went 6-2 in the Mountain West and won their conference championship game. They're 9-4 on the season. So they went 3-2 in the non-conference schedule. Here we go. As Williams pressured, throws it downfield, and he's got a wide open receiver, Denzel Boston. He is off to the 15-10, 5 touchdown Huskies. What a game there. Oh my goodness. What a run there by Denzel Boston. 2 plays, 82 yards. Took under a minute on that touchdown drive. First touchdown of the game. Right there, and it's a 10-3 ball game. Washington takes the lead in the second quarter with about 10 minutes to go in the game. Wow, okay, here's the extra point. It's up and good by the kicker. It's by the kicker, Grady Gross, and it is a 10-3 ball game. So, we got a great game so far. 10-3. Denzel Boston with the first touchdown, one of the best wide receivers in the game. Wide open. Take a look at that replay one more time. Take a look at what Denzel does. He gets in the A-gap, gets through. There's no corner covering him. Downfield, wide open, and he caught it around the 30 and ran it for about 30 yards for the touchdown. And, I mean, when you look at that, what is the cornerbacks doing? Their defensive backs are not even covering him. They need to cover him right there. But no, they will let him get wide open downfield for the touchdown. And that is what Denzel Boston does. So, we've got a 10-3 ball game here. And what a game we have. So here we go. 10 minutes to go. Denzel Boston knows it's the 11th touchdown of the year. And the kickoff by Gross is going to be returned from the end zone to the 10. He's to the 20. And body slam down about the 25. So about what it would be for a touchback. And yeah, so here's the Bucked Up LA Bowl presented by Gronk. Maddox Madsen and the Boise State offense comes out one more time, trying to match that touchdown. Let's see if they can do it. Alrighty, so here we go. Maddox Madsen in the backfield. See Dylan Riley back there as well. Shotgun. Madsen throws. Caught by his intended target. That is caught by Matt Louder. And he gets about 6 yards on the play. So that brings him a second down and around 2. So he gets about 8 yards on the play. Second down and 2. Here from about the 33-yard line. There's 9 minutes to go. Here we go. A handoff. And he gets the first down. So that's handoff to Dylan Riley. It's about 3 yards. And that Boise State offense, they're starting to roll. And when they start to roll, they roll. So let's see if Washington can stop them or if they let them roll. Most 10-win seasons since 1996, you see Boise State up there with the big guns. Oklahoma, Georgia, Bama, Ohio State. They all have 20, and Boise State is 19. So they're up there with all these big schools. See if they can do it again. There's a handoff to his running back. He stopped. And he just couldn't get anywhere on that play. Just could not get anywhere. So second down and 4. Sherrod in the backfield. Madsen will hand it off to Sherrod. Sherrod bursts his way through for about a gain of 3. 2 or 3 there on the play. See what happens officially. And Sherrod will come out of the game. And it looks like we might be seeing Martinelli back there. Notarini back there. Third down and 2 here for the Broncos. Here we go. He'll hand it off to Riley. He pushes forward, gets about 4, and that's the first down for the Broncos. They're almost to midfield, to the 48. Oh, I had popcorn in there. That's funny. I never ate my popcorn. I could. All right, 1st and 10 here for the Broncos. And there's some defensive motion. Will they call it offsides? No, they will not. Here we go. Madsen throws complete to his receiver, Louder. Louder pushes forward about a gain of 6 yards on the play. And that brings up a 2nd down and 4. So down in 5. 6 minutes to go. Left in the first half. Madsen takes the snap, hands it off to his running back. That is Dylan Riley. Pushes forward for about a gain of 3 or 4. Maybe 1 yard to gain here on 3rd down. And he comes out again for Danes. This running back duo is insane. Sire Danes, 800 yards, 8 touchdowns. Riley, 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns. And then Sherrod put up 400 on top of that. So we had about 2,300 yards on offense for this Boise State Broncos on rushing. Here we go. Madsen throws downfield and overthrew his receiver. And that was Malik Sherrod. So Sherrod's kind of dealing like a mix of both. He's going to be their power receiving back and a running back as well, as he has about 400 rushing yards. And then Gaines and Riley are their main 2 running backs. So 4th and 1, they will go for it. Madsen, 5 minutes and 20 to go. 4th and 1, trying to get it to the 38. And here we go. Madsen will run it himself. He is short. They're in the room short. He is just short as he tried to reach over the goal line. They might review that. Let's take a look and see what happens here. I think he was short, as I see on the screen. Let's take a look at the replay. Hopefully, it show the replay here. I think he was short. He was battered by a couple defenders, but he pushed his way through, but I don't think he got it. Take a look at that play one more time, and short there. Bursted through for another try. We need another angle there. It does not look like he got it from that angle. But we're right back here on YouTube. And welcome back here to the LA Bowl. 5 minutes to go as Washington takes over the ball after the missed fourth down opportunity for Boise. Madison tried to push his way forward for the first down, but just could not get there, taken down for the short gain there. So first down and 10 here for Washington on the missed fourth down opportunity. First and 10 here for Damon Williams Jr. Jonah Coleman not there in the backfield this time, but Damon will step back. He's in the pocket, throws downfield, caught by Denzel Boston one more time. That's on a gain of 15 on the play. Denzel Boston has just been insane so far this season, and looking like another great game here for him today. So Denzel Boston, 5 catches on 122 yards so far today. He could win the MVP if Washington wins it. We go, hands a handoff to his running back. Pushes forward for about a gain of 7. That was to Jordan Washington, his running back, third-string running back, who was reported injured. He will be playing tonight. So second down and around 4. Here we go. Damon Williams. He will throw downfield. Overthrew his intended receiver. That was Deckard Graff. So brings up third down and 5. So now it gets trickier. Now it gets a little bit trickier. As we've got Boise and Washington fighting for a win here. So 3rd and 5 in the Button Up LA Bowl. Williams hands it off to Coleman. Coleman powers his way forward. Gets to around the 25 and a first down. Take a look here from around the 35. He gets around 10 on that play. Let's take a look at this replay. He finds a gap in the offensive line and just powers his way through. So great job by Jonah Coleman there. He's one of the best running backs in the game. All right, here we go. Williams throws. His intended receiver is Deckard Graff. Gain of around 7 on that play. So 10-3, Washington leads. So second down and 3 from the 19. Williams will hand it off to his running back, Jordan Washington. Washington gets forward to the 10 and taken down around the 6-yard line. Good run there by Jordan Washington, the 3rd string for the Huskies. And he gets a first down and goal here for the Washington offense. Take a look at that play one more time. The receiver with a block. There's a block there for the Huskies and paving the way for Washington to get the first. So here we go from the 6-yard line. Damon Williams. 10-3. Williams. 2-0 to the on the right hash. Williams will throw and caught! Touchdown! Huskies! Number 81, Roebuck. Roebuck with the touchdown. Second touchdown of the day for the Huskies. Second passing touchdown of the day for Williams. A 6-play, 57-yard drive, totaling about 2 minutes. And getting the touchdown. He was in. His knee was down in. And what a touchdown there by Roebuck. What a catch by Roebuck. And Damon Williams with a great throw as well, paving the way for a 17-3 lead. That's the 7th touchdown of the year, most by a freshman on the Huskies. since 2000. So Boise State needs to have some work here to beat a Power 4 school in Washington. They're down by 2 touchdowns. Let's see if Ross can make the extra point. The kick is up, and the kick is good. There's 17-3 lead for the Huskies. Alrighty. So take a look at that touchdown one more time as Jordan Washington was in the backfield on that play, but Damon Williams with a fake handoff there. He wrapped around the right side and just threw it to an open receiver in the end zone at the pylon. So touchdown there. I'll be right back here on YouTube. All right, and welcome back here to some LA Bowl action. Washington with a touchdown there to his right receiver, Burlbuck, and the kickoff from Gross down the field, and it will be a touchback. All right, so Boise State will start off from the 25. Take a look at the clutch delivery of the game. Damon Williams with an amazing run earlier. And he's just been amazing on the run game so far tonight. And it's just what he does. He can pass, he can run. He's just an all-around player. And then when you look at that one play from Denzel Boston, he was wide open down the field. I mean, there's no corner covering him at all. And there's a flag called right away. Looks like it might be a false start. Yes, the official does signal a false start. They'll push him back 5 yards. So they'll start 1st and 15 for the Broncos. So Damon Williams, Denzel Boston with a great day so far today. Boston already with higher than 115 yards, while Williams has 2 passing touchdowns already and over 100 passing yards. So here we go. Here's Madsen. He will pass it downfield, and it's deflected. And his intended target right there was his tight end, number 85, Matt Louder. So great job right there by number 10, Ziri Alexander. He had the interception earlier in the game, his first of the year, and he batted that one down. So he's having a good night so far. He might be the defensive MVP tonight. We'll see if that happens. I could see if Boise does end up winning it, it could be one of their great defensive linemen. Here's Madsen. Pressured, throws it, and it will be intercepted. Another interception for this Washington defense. And that time, it's number 2, Rashawn Clark. Oh my goodness, number 2, Rashawn Clark with the interception. What a careless throw by Madsen there. Take a look at that one again. He was just under pressure, decided to throw it, maybe try to get it out of bounds, just could not get the umph on it. And that was intended actually for Latrell Caples, but Clark leaped in front of it to get the interception. And just a terrible throw overall by Madsen. I think that was just one of the worst throws I've seen in a while. And there's about a minute and 40 to go. And here we go. Pass downfield, and that is going to be caught by the receiver, number 8, Chris Lawson. Chris Lawson is downfield and makes the catch for the first down. Take a look at that one play again as Williams finds his open man, is wide open, and tries to juke his defender, but just goes out of bounds. So Washington will receive the second half kickoff as well. So if they can get a touchdown here, they can maybe take a 31-3 lead early in the game. So here we go. Here's Jonah Coleman again. He leaps forward, but is short. He's close to the touchdown there, but he is taken out. What a run. What a run there. Oh my goodness. First and goal here for Jonah Coleman in the Washington offense. Look at that play one more time. Jonah Coleman with a stiff arm and then wraps it around. He is to the 3, it looks like, out of bounds. His knee went down out of bounds there. So 17-3. Jonah Coleman is 54 yards on 9 carries so far. Here is Williams down the field. Caught! Touchdown! Huskies! That is caught. Number 7, Raiden finds Bright for the Huskies. 6 points on the board. There's a Pac-12 Washington jersey. There we go. Some old-fashioned football playing here. Washington dominating Boise State. Oh boy, what a play there. And it is 31, or not 31. It's 23-3. Wow, 20-point lead now for the Huskies. 3 plays, 35 yards, 22 seconds on the clock. This Huskies offense is just dominating. Kick is up. Kick is good. So it's 24-3. 3 touchdown lead for the Huskies. And Damon Williams Jr.'s 3rd passing touchdown only in the first half. And just what a game so far. So here we go, as Gross will come out to kick the extra point, or the field goal, but kick off to Boise, and Boise needs a score here bad. With about 1:17 to go till halftime, Washington needs the ball first. They need to score a touchdown to cut it to a 14-point lead, and then hopefully stop Washington to start the second half. And that's what Boise needs. All right, All-State good hands field goal net program since 2005. All-State has donated millions in scholarship funds. All right, so here we go. Boise State coming back out on offense. And just not a great game so far from Madison. He had a great game in that Mountain West Championship, but just not a great game against Power 4 talent so far. And that was a key concern entering this game, his first game against Power 4 competition. Madison will run it this time, out of bounds, about a gain of 4. And there we go, second down and 6 or 5 on that play. So second down and 6 for the Huskies. Huskies defense needs to step up here if they want to force a 3-and-out from the 29. Madison, he is pressured. He is sacked on the play. That is on number 48 that time. What a stop there by Jacob Lane. Jacob Lane with a stop there, and another guy in on the sack as well. I think that was number 90. Enos Davis. They were both in on the sack, and that pushes a third down and around maybe 10 on the play. So first time out called for Washington. Oh boy, we got a ball game. I think Washington's defense is pretty good. They've dominated this Boise State offensive line, and same goes for the opposite offensive line. That Boise State defensive line has gone through as well, but just an overall great play right there by the Washington defense getting through. They have 2 interceptions on the night as well. I think that Washington will win this game. It's first half. They're up by 20, up 21. I think the offensive MVP so far in the first half has been Denzel Boston, of course, and then you've got on defense. I've seen a lot of Ziri Alexander as well. I think he might be the defensive MVP, but I've seen a couple other guys that might be it. I mean, when you look at this Boise State offense, they've had a couple miscues. Of course, Madison's 2 interceptions. But here we go, a throw downfield, and it's batted away. No one knows where the ball is, and the only one who knew was the quarterback, Madison, and that brings up a 4th down and 10. So another punt for the Broncos. And Washington will get the ball back to a chance to make it another lead, an even bigger lead than before, potentially going up 31 to 3.5. Here, so they have a minute to drive down the field. They haven't had a shortage of easy drives so far in this game. There is Oscar Doyle punting it downfield and fair caught at around the 32-33 yard line. So we have about 55 seconds to go. Remember, the Salute to Veterans Bowl is Troy versus Jacksonville State on Tuesday. That'll be 9 p.m. Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app if you want to watch that one. I would not be live streaming that one. I'll be here. I will be watching that separately, but I will be live streaming a game on Wednesday night. I'll be live streaming on Wednesday. So Washington will receive the kickoff. 24-3. Damon Williams with the ball. He is in the back. He's low in the backfield. Toss over to a wide receiver that is Chris Marshall. He gets nowhere. And that'll be second down and 10 now. 45 seconds go as the clock winds down. All they need to do is get into field goal territory, or they'll just run the clock down here. Williams throws downfield and caught that time That's Chris Marshall again, and he gets out of bounds with 30 seconds to go. And there's some struffling going on now. There's a correction. There's no fight. Just a bunch of helmet taps there for Chris Marshall. Great first down. He is down out of bounds, so clock stops at 30. The Boise State's 48-yard line, so they need to get around 20 more yards here. So here's Damon Williams. He is pressured, throws downfield, and out of bounds, intended for Denzel Boston. So second down and 10 now. 24 seconds to go. So here we go. Washington, 24-3. .24 seconds to go. From the right hash, Williams throws, caught, flag on the field. And he gets taken down around the 40, so again, have 8 on the play, but there's a flag down. That is the receiver, number 7, Raiden Vines Bright, and let's see what the flag's called. That'll be false start on the offense, so that'll push him back 5 yards. The play did not happen. I think the clock will be reset to, correction, illegal formation. It'll be reset back about 5 yards, and I don't know if the clock will stop. I know the clock went a little bit there during the play. The flag was obviously before the play happened, so I think the clock will stop and reset. So second down to 15. And they will not reset the clock. 19 seconds to go here in the first half. And the clock will start again. Here we go. Williams. And there's another flag on the field. That might be false start again. Or potentially delay of game. See what it's called. And remember, Washington will start the ball second half, and is called a false start. So they would push back another 5 yards. So 12 seconds to go. They need to get a deep pass downfield again. That will be on, I think, the offensive line. So, and the clock will wind down to about 2 seconds. So this will be the final play of the first half. Second down and 20 for Washington. And they will let the clock wind down to halftime. So 24-3 as Washington leads here in LA. The LA Bowl hosted by Gronk. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back into the live stream. All right, so I will have to get off this stream. Washington is currently up 24-3 at halftime. They will get the ball first, second half, and we want to thank you guys for listening in. I mean, it's been a pretty great game so far. And I wanted to get to a couple of things during the later broadcast, but I don't think I will be able to. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So we take a look at the first two bowl games of this of the bowl. We got Utah State, Oregon State. That was the first game of the bowl, and then Fresno State, Washington State. We saw that one. All right, so 2023 was potentially the biggest bowl yet. We got Boise State, UCLA. UCLA won that bowl game by a score of 35-22, and then UNLV did beat California in 2024, 24-13. So we got a couple Mountain West teams. We got three Mountain West teams winning it, and we got one Big Ten school, or it was Pac-12 when it happened. So we got one Pac-12, three Mountain West, and potentially now one Big Ten appearance, one championship of the tournament, which means that will be the final of the year. So of the bowl game. This is the final year they're playing this bowl game, fifth and final year. So take a look at some of the records. Points in the game was 57. That was in 2023 between UNLV, or not between, it was between Boise and UCLA. That was a total of 57. And then points by one team was also in 2023. That was when UCLA scored 35. But here we go. Washington has a chance to break that record. They currently have 24 points here in the first half. So they have 11 points to go until they tie that record, which I think they will break it in the second half. They will potentially demolish that record. It could potentially be up to the 40s here in this game. But will they break the points in the game record for the final bowl of the game? We'll see about that. All right, so we'll also see if Denzel Boston if he can become the third wide receiver to win an MVP on the offensive side. And meanwhile, on the defensive side, I think we can see another defensive end win. That'll be the third defensive end who has won MVP. Or correction, it would be the third linebacker to win the MVP on defense. So we'll wait and see who will win offensive and defensive. I will potentially be waiting to see that. So once again, I'm sorry I have to cut out early, but I will be cutting out early. So it is halftime, 24-3 lead for Washington. And yeah, so that is the game. I appreciate all of you guys listening in here. I will be back live on Wednesday. So thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe, and peace.